For the Kardashians, blood is for sure thicker than water. So if you happen to be one of the many people in their lives that happen to not be related by DNA, the road to hanging out is a little bit more troublesome. But hey, maybe don't kiss Khloe's baby daddy and you can remain friends? Just saying. So what I would like to qualify as the juiciest tale of betrayal comes from youngest Jenner, Kylie's now very ex-best friend, Jordyn Woods. The two definitely had their tough jealousy-related times, which is quite well documented in the Keeping Up with the Kardashians spin-off Life of Kylie. Side note, do we all remember Life of Kylie? Just me? Anyways, this friendship came to an abrupt end when a drunken friend hangout with Jordyn, featuring the father of Khloe's baby, ended in a peck on the lips. According to Jordyn. Cue the canceled Jordyn-branded Kylie lip kits and Khloe screaming at Tristan over the phone. The friendship was over. When speaking about this time in her life in 2019, Jordyn said, "You just have to accept what actually happened, and then you can let it go." If only Tristan Thompson ever felt shame, maybe we wouldn't be in this friendship loss predicament. And while that friendship loss was a tragedy, this next one may be the reason why we can't have nice things. Well, according to T Swift, that is. Okay, so we all know that back in 2009, Kanye, charged the VMA stage and told Taylor she didn't deserve the award and that Beyoncé made the video of the year. And in the case of the medium, not the message, Kanye got lambasted. And according to Taylor's Netflix doc, 10 years later, she was still very not over it. However, Taylor is above all else a business lady who likes her name to be kept in the public's mouths. And there had been a rapprochement between Taylor, Kanye, and Kim. That is, until Kim blew up everyone's spot on an episode of Keeping Up, claiming that Taylor always knew what Kanye wrote about her in the song Famous, and why was she now acting so hurt about the raunchy lyric? Regardless of who's telling the truth, what we know now is Kim and Taylor are never, ever getting back together. So the Kardashians may lose a lot of friendships, but the Kanye of it all certainly doesn't help. Like when Kanye ended any sort of friendship for Kim et al. To have with the Toronto rapper Drake. The story goes that West released a fury of tweets toward Drake, accusing him of being fake. After a very intense back and forth, Kim got involved and tweeted, "Never threaten my husband or our family." He paved the way for there to be a Drake. Since then, both Drake and Kanye have attempted to keep the peace through social media, but the hurt is still there. And while all these friend breakups live in the court of public opinion, this next one literally ended the family up in court.
Blac Chyna's ruining it all.
The story goes, Kim was quite close to Blac Chyna. However, things got a bit dicey when the model started dating Kylie's ex, Tyga, and then eventually their brother, Rob. The couple's up and down relationship was viewed on their short-lived reality series, Rob and Chyna. Soon after the show was canceled, his family sided with him. This led Chyna to take legal action, and she previously alleged that her career was permanently damaged by the Kardashian-Jenner family. In September 2021, Chyna would claim, "Honestly, everything I have, I worked super hard for. Like neither one of my children's fathers pay child support. I get out and I grind every day." In the end, the Kardashians got off scot-free. So that was a bit heavy. Let's see why a friendship had to end over style? Back in 2017, Kim confirmed that she no longer worked with stylist Monica Rose, who was often seen in episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kim officially ended the friendship publicly when she stopped using Monica's services because Kanye wanted to give her a makeover.
But for me, I wanted a new vibe, and Kanye wanted to give me a makeover.
Kim has not given more of an explanation for Monica's ousting. Vibes, baby. It's all about the vibes. Speaking of vibe check, let's see why not only the stylist got the boot, but their family friend makeup artist did as well. Now, TBH, people are allowed to move on, but to stop being friends? So in true Kardashian fashion, Joyce Bonelli became unfriended when the clan unfollowed her on Insta. The fam then released the statement, "The decision was made amicably. They just stopped working with her because they didn't see it as a right fit anymore." Cordial, sure. However, Joyce would later say, "I've never been fired. When something personal happens, it's just a personal thing, and I don't think it's anyone's business." It may not be anyone's business, but darn it, I want it to be mine. And just when people were keeping their mouths closed, here comes a friendship ender that has all the deets. Kim and Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, Larsa Pippen, were true besties, often featured on episodes of Keeping Up. But then, things got pretty chaotic when Larsa claimed Kylie's baby daddy, Travis Scott, made up a story that she hid on him. Then in July 2020, Kanye tweeted, "Larsa," followed by a suspicious face emoji in the midst of a social media tirade. Later in 2020, Larsa, 47, blamed the distance from Kim on Kanye, whom she claimed felt threatened by her. Woo! The juice is loose in this friend-ending tale, but there is a chance the two can reconnect since Kim is no longer by Kanye's side. That being said, this whole thing is decidedly too messy. Like, Larsa, you're almost 50, can we not? And in case you were wondering, sister jealousy can last way beyond the teen years. Just ask former Kim K bestie Stephanie Shepard, who found herself no longer working with Kim after the TV star claimed her assistant wanted to go in a different direction. But it was later proven that Kim had a bit of the jelly when she admitted it was strange that Kourtney had gotten so close to Stephanie.
I mean, don't you think that's just like a little bit unprofessional?
However, the tension was clearly there when during an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim admitted it was strange that Kourtney had gotten so close to Stephanie.
Do you find it weird that you're like wifey with my assistant?
After Kourtney revealed that Kim's assistant had shared with her that she was unfulfilled job-wise, Kim retaliated with a, "I do think it's like inappropriate for her to talk to you and not me." However, this friendship could still work out because back in September 2021, Kim gave Stephanie an Hermes Kelly bag worth a whopping $25,000 and left her in tears. And what may be the easiest case as to why the friendship ended is with Brittny Gastineau. Model Brittny Gastineau had a bit of a falling out with Kim after she seemed to express concerns over the reality star's marriage to Kris Humphries. After Kim was not a fan of Brittny's opinion, the duo seemed to part ways. Well, that was easy. And now I take you to a list of people who are still technically on good terms with the Kardashian clan, but they are on thin ice. Kim's bestie, Food God, aka Jonathan Siobhan, was almost given the boot when Kim thought he was writing a tell-all memoir. Turns out it was a How to Be an It Girl. Big lulz for that revelation. And while we all may still feel bad for Scott Disick, lest we forget the torture that man put Kourt through during their coupledom. Good thing Scott can literally always rely on Khloe money. And do not get me started on Tristan Thompson. This cheater pumpkin eater still remains in the Kardashians' lives because they above all else respect the role of daddy. But TBH, this Brampton man's deserves none of it. Kanye West will also still somehow be connected to this crew despite the turmoil he puts them through. All we can hope is he follows the rules of Thumper and says nothing unless he has something nice to say. And what about the Jenner former flames? Well, Kylie had as smooth a possible a breakup with Tyga as a 19-year-old can possibly have. And Kendall is currently keeping it civil with her ex Devin Booker, despite all the demois cheating rumors. Despite the endless amount of former friends, these ladies do their best to keep it classy. So, it is serious work to keep up with these Kardashians and Jenners, but maybe, just maybe, all of these friend breakups will eventually be on the mend. Well, maybe not. Which friend breakup broke your heart? Comment below, and be sure to like and subscribe to The Thing Celebrity to catch up with your true celeb friends.